before I move on to talk about investing, any question about the information that we covered in the morning? Okay, all right, let's move on. All right, now let's talk about investing in the TSP. Diversification basically is risk management, right? Everybody's situation is different. Your risk situation or your risk tolerance may be different from your neighbor, right? So look at yourself, look at your account, all right? Don't follow other people's ways. So you got to think of a way that works for you. So investment, if you expect high return, so what will you expect as well? High risk. So if you do not want any risk, then you will expect no return. So high risk, high return, low risk, low return. All right? So put together the portfolio that works for you. Now, TSP funds has the opportunity for people who know what you're doing and interested in doing your own mix and match. You can do your core fund, right? For people who don't have time, then you can do the life cycle fund. Then we're going to talk how life cycle fund works. Right. So basically, how do TSP achieve diversification? It's through the index funds. We're index funds. All right. Well, let's go through it one by one. So what is index funds? So let's take a look at the picture. So what is that graphic represent? This is S&P 500 index. All the companies inside the S&P 500 index. So how many companies do you have in the S&P 500 index? 500, okay? So are they large? It's not a trick question. Right? Are they large companies? Yes, they are. Are they in U.S. domestic market? Yes, they are. So what is the fund that we use to track S&P 500 investment? C fund, right? So that means if you have money, put it in the C fund, say for example, if $200 is putting in the C fund from every paycheck, then where are you investing for that $200? You will be buying part share of all those 500 companies. They are large cap companies and they represent 80% of the U.S. domestic market. So, say if you have $200 per month, right? If you want to invest in IBM, those big companies, or Apple, are you able to do that? You call it sometimes and say, hey, I want to invest in some Apple stock. And then the person will ask you, how much do you want to invest? Right? 200,000? No, $200. Then probably I would expect that. Maybe you got a wrong number. Have a nice day, something like that. I don't know. So anyway, so what happened is, whatever money that you have, it will be investing in, for example, you choose C fund, it will be investing in all the 500 companies, part share of all those 500 companies. All right? So you don't have to time the market because everything is based on what companies are in that index, and you're just buying them. It's like a shopping list, right? So you're not timing the market. There is no technical trading in the process, and it's cheap because it is just like a shopping list. And that's why it's so cheap, right? We call that passive management. There is no technical trading. Actually, historically, index fund performance is actually doing pretty good. Sometimes it's due, you know that, right? Sometimes it's better than actively managed funds. Because actively managed funds, if you have a fund manager looking at your account and do technical trading, sometimes they may be doing error. And they may, lose time also. So, this is index fund. Now, TSP core fund. Let's take a look at all the different funds one by one. We only 5 funds, right? So, now, we also talk about diversification. Then, have you ever heard about people saying that, you got to take the money out from the TSP because TSP is so limited. They are not diversified. Have you ever heard about that? Yeah? No? Yeah, some people do. Huh? And then now we're going to crack that question. All right. So what are TSP core funds? Number one, G fund. G fund is non-marketable because it is not marketable in the open market. It is a special arrangement between the U.S. Treasury and the TSP. So only TSP participants will have the opportunity to put money in the G fund, right? G fund is backed by the U.S. government, so it will never go negative. It will only go positive, so it will never go below zero, and it will protect your principal, the money that you put in. What is the average return of G fund over the past 10 years? 1.something%, 2%, something like that. So you know that if the fund is will never go below zero, then it means that you will not get a high return as well. So this is a very steady fund, and for people, maybe if they are in the retirement zone, then they may want to protect their principal. They may want to keep a big chunk in the G fund. That is quite reasonable, right? To lower the risk. Or if they are approaching retirement. However, if you are 25 years old or 30 years old, then are you going to keep your money in G fund for the next 35 years? Probably not, right? So then G fund very stable, but it's not going to give you surprising return. Yeah.
There is a red Nissan Sentra with its engine running. So if you have a red Nissan.
Car, but I turn it off already. That is my rental car.
Okay.
Turn it off. Did I turn it off?
All right. You're not out of gas. That's the game. You have the bomb.
I can't. I saw you jumping up.
Where is it at? No, she has. I saw her Nissan Fog because I have one like it. I have a red Nissan, but he said he didn't say Pathfinder, so otherwise I was like, that's me.
So if oh, that will be terrible. That if I burn. Can it run for 2 hours already without carbon? That would be really tough. Oh, okay. So, if you just walk out the answer the path that is exactly straight. I'm sorry. Oh, this is my first experience. You know how to jump start the car? I don't know. In the dark, somebody has to help me. All right, let's get back to business. Okay, don't tell anyone. All right. So, G fund, okay, so G fund is government security. So the next thing is index fund. G fund is not an index fund, but FCSI, they are index funds. All right. So F fund is bond.
Okay.
IOU. You lend money to the corporation or the government, and in return they give you interest. All right. So bond, high quality fixed income security with maturity of more than 1 year. We do not have junk bonds. All those high yield junk bonds do not have funds. All right. So then the next category is stock. CSI, they are stock. C fund, U.S. domestic market. It represents 80% of the U.S. domestic market. The large companies. For example, Apple, IBM, iPhone, right? So all those big companies, right? Now, do we have any coach? Coach back, like buy more. Because if you buy more coach back, you'll have to all right. So S1 is small cap. It represents the rest 20% of the U.S. domestic market, not 100% of the small companies, the majority of it, over 4,000. So then, if you have C and you have F, then the company in the C fund is not going to be in the S fund, vice versa. So are they diversified? No, Yes, because if you have CNN, you're capturing almost 100% of the U.S. domestic market, right? So I run outside of the United States. So they are not touching each other. So when you talk about diversification, I guess it's pretty diversified, right? You have government funds, you have bonds, and then you have 100% of the U.S. domestic market, and then you have 21 countries that have a regulated financial and currency system. All right? So, all right. Now, this is history. This is not crystal ball. 20 years ago, I had $100 that I invested in the TSP related industry. So, the blue line is S fund. If I put that $100 in the S fund now, that it's now worth 1,800. If I put it in the C, it's now worth 1,694. And if I put it in the bond, now that $100 6 times 614. If I put that in G fund, then it's now 426 4 times. So when you look at this chart, now I fund is the other one. So when you look at this chart, then what is the best fund or best fund? Huh? Yeah? CS, whatever, right? Now, I would say it depends on where you're at, right? Now, the first thing is, do you have Target here? Do you have Black Friday down in Kansas City? What do you do? When you go? Stay home. Do people actually line up overnight, kind of $50 for a plasma TV? Now, third TV is the trend, right? Not plasma anymore. I don't know. I'm not a fan of something. But anyway, what is the purpose of Black Friday sale? You are picking up cheap stuff. Bargains. Good. So, we all remember what happened here? 2003, Internet bubble burst, and 2009, Internet bubble burst, housing bubble, right? So, if your money is going into stock market every month, when the market crash, are you picking up some Black Friday sale items? Yes, you are, because the market drops. Maybe the share price will drop from $5 to $1, and then you get more units, right? So, if you have a long time horizon, now remember, this is 28 years ago when I put that $100 in, and then I've gone through 28 years, I got that return, right? 18 times. Because I have the long time horizon to make it work, I can sustain the up and down because I'm not taking money out, right? However, if I am closer to retirement, I may not be able to take that kind of risk, right? So, again, where you're at before you pick your fund. Now, what about G-Fund people? We have a couple of the G-Fund people, right? So, G-Fund never go down to negative. It will always be positive. So let's assume that I am the G-Fund person. I don't like risk at all. I want to protect everything that I put in. So this is what happened. Now, 28 years ago, I put in $100. And then now, as of December, I have 426. Let's say 400. So, because I don't like risk at all, so a little bit of growth, I'm happy, right? So, now forget about all the withdrawal rules, assuming that I can take the money out without, all the restrictions. So, I take my money out, I call my husband and say, hey, honey, after we got married, I never paid for anything, so probably I would take you out a nice candlelight dinner, nice dinner, steak, maybe champagne, whatever. But you buy the roses. I'm a lady, I don't buy my own roses. So anyway, so that's a plan, right? Now, I work for the TSP. I got to understand how tax works. So assuming that this is all the traditional money that I have, that $400, right? So when I withdraw, what is the first thing that TSP will take out? Federal tax withholding. It's not even tax yet. It's just the withholding to make sure that I have some money there to pay for tax. 20% mandatory tax, federal tax withholding. How much do I have now? Let's say $400 minus 20%, $80. I have 320, right? Okay, I lived in Alexandria, state tax. Let's say range of 5 to 10%. I say 10%. Then it will be another 40 bucks. Now, TSP will not take it out for me. I have to budget it for myself. So another 40 bucks. How much do I have? 280, right? Now, I may not look like I am younger than 59 and a half, but I'm actually younger than 59 and a half. Then what does that mean? 10% early withdrawal penalty because I'm not retired, right? I said, forget about all the withdrawal rules. Okay, 10%. How much do I have? 10% that is another $40. How much do I have now? Huh? Somebody tell me. 240. Okay. Am I done yet? Can we go for dinner? I don't think so. Because, take a look at that black line. If I could buy something with $100 28 years ago, how much do I have to pay now? $200, right? So I have to factor in inflation factor for $100. How much do I have? 140. Now, I'm going to make another phone call. Now the restaurant that I plan to go. Honey, I think candlelight dinner is not going to work. Let's go to McDonald's. Now, if you have been in Shifen for a long, long time, and you want to stay there, and then when you retire, the McDonald's story will come alive. Now, I'm not saying that McDonald's is not good. I love McDonald's. Do you like McDonald's? You go drive-through in the morning? Now, make sure. Now, I cannot give you recommendation advice, but this is just something that I want you to do. I want you to go through and get the most expensive meal. You know why? Because if you get the most expensive meal, you are helping everyone who has seafood. Because McDonald's is a seafood company. Right? Okay? Yeah, I love to joke a little bit. Alright, so now you can see that, right? It depends on your time horizon. If you are closer to retirement, then you may want to think about restructuring your accounts. Because if you have everything in the high risk return, right? If you have everything in the high risk funds, then probably if your plan is to retire in 3 years, and you want to start taking money out from the TSP, but everything is in the high risk category, all of a sudden, housing bubble, the global financial crisis, that kind of thing come back again. Then you know that every time when the economy turns out, it will take at least 5 years to 8 years for it to recover. Then you may have to change your retirement plan. Or you may have to wait until it recovers because the money that you invest in is 5 part unit of that stock, right? So if the market is down, the stock value will be down. And when you need to start taking money out, you're liquidating the money at a low point. Now, if you don't liquidate anything, you only have paper loss. You see that the number is down, but you're not liquidating anything. So, but when you liquidate something, that is the time that you really lost the money. Yes? With microphone. Sorry. Trying to wait for the microphone so that everybody can hear. Thank you.
But if you budget it well so that you're just withdrawing small amounts, I mean, you're way up at the top anyway. Why would it matter? Why shift down at that point all the way down to the bottom to something that's fixed?
It's a personal decision where you're at, right? Say, for example, somebody plans to retire in 2004, right? And then all the years they put the money in the stock, and then yeah, it grew pretty good, you know. And then 2003, all of a sudden the trade market dropped, and this person is retiring in 2004, and you want to start taking money out. And if is retiring and start taking money out, that is at the lowest point. But since we do not have a crystal ball, we don't know when the market will go down, right? So if you are closer to retirement, or if you are already in the retirement zone, then you have to think about, can I take the risk, like at 25 years old or 35 years old, right? So if you're younger and if you have a time horizon, then you have the capacity. You know, risk tolerance say, will you get a heart attack, when the market drops a point or two? But there's another question. I think that the risk capacity is also important. Are you able to take the risk? It's not whether you can tolerate the risk enough. Is that, are you able to? Right? Some people, maybe they have not done a proper planning for their investment, and their accumulation is very low, and then they're closer to retirement, and then they're thinking that, well, I only have 5 years before I retire. How about if I turn to a high risk portfolio so that I can get a high return? Then, now I cannot give you advice, but I would think that, does it make sense? What happens if it's not as you expect that it will give you high return, the market go down, you're losing even more, right? So if you want to plan properly, look at your time horizon. That is very, very important. Now, right now, we talk about doing your mix and match based on your time horizon, right? But what if I don't know what I'm doing? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't understand investment at all. I don't know what to do. Then we have something for you, right? If you're in that category. Life cycle fund. Because life cycle fund is a predetermined portfolio. It is, all the life cycle fund is a composite of all the GSDSI, but it has different percentage, different allocation. The higher number you see, 2050. That means that fund will mature in 2050. So the spirit of a life cycle fund is that you start off with a life cycle fund. It works just like autopilot. Every day there will be auto rebalancing back to the game plan. For L fund, the important message is everything has to be back to the game plan every day, every business day. And then every quarter, the portfolio will be readjusted to a more conservative portfolio. So what it means is that if somebody takes a 2050, in 10 years, how will your portfolio look like? 2040, so on and so forth. So in year 2050, your money will roll into the life income fund. So for life income fund, there will still be daily rebalancing, and there will not be reallocation because that's it, right? So now, efficient frontier, the yellow line, all the dots on that efficient frontier, on the portfolio, means that it's the optimal portfolio that will give you the optimal return based on the level of risk that you're taking. So if you are taking the L2050, you are expecting, you want to have higher return, and you are expecting higher risk, right? High risk, high return, low risk, low return. All right. Now, all the dots on the efficient frontier, that means that it's the most efficient portfolio. So, how does it work? What is the alpha methodology that make it so efficient to give you the optimal return? Now, this is how it works, right? Now, life cycle fund. Everything has a game plan. It got to go back to the game plan on a daily basis. So let's just use L2040 as an example, right? The center one, L2040. So in L2040, 39% is in C, 12% is in F, 22 is in I, so on and so forth, right? This is the game plan. So it has to be this way. Now, today, stock market goes up so much that you make a lot of money in your C and your S, and then because the value goes up, right? So your C fund now is 42%, and then your S fund may be 15%. Now, pie chart, you only have 100%, right? So if this portion, the value go up, relatively, the other value will go down. So are you happy that you make some money because the market go up so quickly? So happy, right? Are you out balanced? Yes, you are, right? You fall outside of the game plan. So the fund manager, BlackRock, what they will do is they have to rebalance your portfolio back to the game plan. So what do we need to do? Sell some C, sell some S, right? So when they take this action, are they selling high? Yes, because it's at a high point, because they need to sell the profit, back it down to the original plan, and then use those profits to buy back some undervalued items. The other way around, stock market goes down today. You may be a little bit sad when you see the downward arrow, on the television, right? So now today, stock market go down, and your CEPA now is down to 30%, and your S fund is down to 7%. Pretty sad, right? And you just look at that. But I would be quite happy. Why? In order to make profit, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, and then buy low, sell high, right? So if your C fund and S fund go down, we need to follow the game plan. So what will the manager need to do? Take out some of those cheaper money, right? And then buy back the stock when they are at the low point. So either way, you are making money, right? Do you see how life cycle fund is giving you the optimal return? This is it. This is it. So if you do not have time to manage your account, or maybe you're not familiar with investment, you don't want to take a lot of risk yourself. Use life cycle fund as a guideline, and you can just pick a life cycle fund, and then start from there. And then maybe you can learn investment on the side until the day when you feel you're comfortable with making your own decisions, and you can do it, right? Now then, what would be a good life cycle fund to me then? Right? That would be the decision point, right? Should I take a L20 or should I take a L40 or L50, right? So then I would say, number one, when are you retiring, right? Okay? If you're retiring in 2040, then probably that would be step one. That maybe that would be something that is a good reference. Now the next thing is, where do you need your TSP money? If your plan is to retire and then start withdrawing, then probably the number that match with your retirement years would be something that you should study. But for those who retire in 2040, but they want to let the money continue to sit there for another 10 years before they touch it, then what would be a better option? Very good, right? So it depends on your situation and study. And also, you're not locked in. Say, for example, if today you choose one of the L funds, you're not locked in. You can get out because you can do interfund transfer and get out of it. And do your own interfund transfer. You can do that too. All right? Okay. This is the 10-year summary. Now, we can see that, in some years, stock market performed well. So 2009, you have the stock just 1 year that the stock, more than 30% return, right? At the same time, when you look at the bond, not so good. Now, however, at that time, when all the stock goes down, then you can see that the bond is doing pretty good, right? So that's why the presentation is now, what is in the middle? Everybody calling the life cycle fund, right? So, for investment, you cannot expect that a single fund will be the winner every year, because it will never happen, right? So, there will not be a single winner or loser every month, every year. But if you get something in the middle, then if you look at, say, this is L2040, right? So, 7.3% in 2007, and then global financial crisis, bad. But it's still in the middle. It's not the worst, it's not the best. So you can see that some year 25, 13, sometimes it's like negative 9.4 and then 40. So if you want to structure your investment portfolio, it's good to look at the TSP website, summary of return. And then look at your time horizon to see what would be best for you, and then take a reference of it. How was the performance, right? Okay, now homework. When you go home, take a look at all your statements or go online to double check your statements. Compare that with the reality to see how far are you on track, right? So, investment makes a transaction. Contribution allocation is the instruction that deal with new money. You want TSP to know how you want to invest your new money when they come into your TSP account. So what are new money? The contributions from your paycheck every month. If you have new money, you want to transfer eligible money. If you borrow from yourself and you're paying yourself back, all those are considered new money. They will follow your contribution allocation instruction. Now, interfund transfer is the old money, the money inside your TSP account, your account balance. If you want to rebalance that, then interfund transfer will be the instruction. So, contribution allocation. If you put in the instruction, it will continue to follow your instruction until you go in and change for the next time. So it's an ongoing instruction. Interfund transfer is a one-time deal. When you go in today, you make interfund transfer, then done. Next time when you need to do another interfund transfer, you have to go in and then make another transfer. All right, so it's different. If you do it, then you can call the TSP Thrift line, or you can go online. You can do it yourself. All right. So you have to do it before 12 noon Eastern time if you want the transaction to be completed on the same day. 12 p.m. is the cutoff time, but don't wait at 11:45 and do it. You know, maybe computer crash or whatever. Right. So allow yourself a little bit of time if you want to do this. Right. Now TSP is not a day trading business because even if you see that there is movement at 9 a.m. in the morning, if you put in your instruction, it's not going to be done right away. It will still be end of the day when they close the market, they will do the adjustment. All right. Interfund transfer rules. So you have every month. How many interfund transfers can you do every month? You have multiple opportunities, but you only have 2 unrestricted interfund transfer. Unrestricted 2 times, that means you can go to all directions for the first 2 interfund transfer. Now, say for example, I have 20% in G, 80% in one of the L. If I move everything to G in my first IFT interfund transfer, this is considered one IFT also. Then the next time, if I move it around, this is my second. Then the third time onward, I can only increase the G fund holding until G fund become 100%. Then I have to wait for another calendar month. All right? Okay? So 2 unrestricted. Moving money to the G fund in your first IFT is also considered 1 restricted IFT. Now, cost of investing with the TSP. When you receive your statement, do you actually read your statement? No? You don't read it? Yeah, it will be good practice if you read, right? If you turn over the page, you'll see this. Now, 38 cents per thousand is what you pay into the plan, that is your expense ratio. But you also see a little bit, 7 cents, like 0.007. Other expenses, what is that? That is not the plan charge you. It is called the fee to join the security lending. So this is, if you know investment a little bit, you know that, you know, in some financial institute, they will borrow some security and then they want to do a quick short sale to make some profit. And then they will return the security. So in order to do that, they have to put down the asset as the collateral and then they have to pay a fee. So in order for us to participate in that, to get some extra return for your TSP, you pay a little fee. So this is how it works. Financial institutions, they borrow money, they borrow the security from BlackRock. Okay, and then they short sell, they make some profit, and then they return the security. And then BlackRock will have the fee coming in from those companies, right? So deducting their operation cost of that program, what happened to the rest of the money that they collect? Go to you. It will go to the TSP plan. So that's why, may I borrow this? Now, our return is tracking what is happening in the index fund, right? If you have money in the index fund. So you all have this fund book, right? So if you go to the center of the fund book, let's take a look at C fund. You will see that at the bottom, the green ribbon on the side, rate of return at the bottom. You can see that S&P 500 index fund, that is their return. And then you can C, next to it is C fund return. Just take a quick look at 10-year average. What is the performance of C fund? 10-year average? 7%. What is S&P 500 index? 6.95. Are we doing better than our benchmark? So this is where the money comes from, that we have income from those security lending program, and it goes back to the TSP program. All right? Okay. Now, we talk about TSP, very cheap. If you have a 401k plan with your previous employer, probably you're paying $4.30 for the same $1,000 you have in your TSP. So, the lower cost you pay, in the long run, it will affect your balance, right? The lower cost, higher balance. So this is an example, comparison. So when you receive your quarterly statement, make sure that the information is correct, because TSP is the record keeper. We cannot change your information. You have to go to your HR. So what are some possible errors? Say, for example, number one, participant address. If you move from another location and you never change your address, then probably you never receive mail because it will not go to your mailing address. But some people, they go online and they don't care. Oh, I can see it online. So if you're the online person, double check and see if your participant address is correct or not. If it's not correct, go to your HR, change that. Another thing is account number. That will not be a mistake, but there is a birthday and then service computation day, retirement system, so on and so forth. So double check that, because throughout your career, you may be jumping from one agency to another, and maybe at some point throughout your career, when you do the transition, somebody made a mistake, and then is a wrong classification of your retirement system or wrong service computation day, stuff like that. So if you spot any error, please go to your HR and have that corrected. Don't wait until it's too late. Because, for example, if you are classified in a wrong retirement system, it is likely that you may not be receiving all the matching for many, many years. If you're supposed to be first, but you're misclassified as CSRS, then probably you're not getting matching for all those years. Right? So it's very important to double check, especially before your retirement. Have everything fixed before you leave the federal system. All right. And double check your investment return. If you're pretty happy with your return, then it's good. But if you're looking at your return and you're having only 1%, 2% every year, then maybe you need to talk to somebody who knows about, or read the book, read the publication to see if you need to restructure your portfolio, or pick a life cycle fund or something like that. All right, loans and in-service withdrawal. Now, loans, you are your own creditor. TSP is not your creditor. You can borrow money from your TSP account, and you can borrow general purpose loan or residential loan. So, general purpose loan, there's no documentation requirement. We don't need to know why you need the money. Residential loan, you can buy and build your primary residence. Your residence can be a home, can be RV, can be a boat. Can you buy a land and say, I'm camping? No, you can't. You cannot borrow a residential loan to buy a piece of land. Okay? And it's not also not for your second home, vacation home, or whatever. All right. So now, when you borrow, when you pay back, cheaper interest. So it will go back to your account. Now, the two loans, the repayment for general purpose loan is 5 years, residential loan is 15 years. Now, general purpose loan is easy, right? Residential loan is a little bit complicated. You will have to provide all the documents, addendum. If you have, say, 100 pages of addendum, it has to be in good order, because when you go to the legal processing unit, if one page is missing, you're back to square one. If you want the money, you need that for closing, then some problem there, you may miss your deadline, right? So make sure that if you do that, have everything put together in good order before you submit that, all right? Now, you can have two outstanding loans at the same time, one general purpose, one residential, but the absolute maximum is only 50,000. So if you want to have two loans, then it will be split by the two programs. So after one loan is paid off, you have to wait for 60 days before you can get the same kind of loan. All right? And then what else? Now, okay. Invisible costs, we talk about you forgone some earnings. If you have pretty good return, say on average 7%, then the money that you borrow is not going to earn the same kind of return. Because when you pay the money back, you only get G fund interest. Because the loan interest is G fund. Right? Now, but loan is still better than taking financial hardship because loan is a loan, you can pay it back gradually. Right? But the problem of loan is, now, everything when you withdraw or loan, borrow money from TSP is pro rata, proportional, based on the tax character that you have. Say, for example, if you have both traditional and Roth in your account, it will be coming out together. You cannot just take one part of the money. So let's say, for example, if you take your loan and it contains traditional money and Roth money, then this is the situation. When you contribute money into your TSP or the Roth money, have you paid tax already? So that will be your after-tax money, right? So then when you return your loan repayment, are you returning after-tax money also? That you know where I'm getting, right? Okay. So now, financial hardship. If you fulfill the 4 conditions like recurring negative cash flow, personal casualty loss, medical expenses that you cannot get reimbursement, or maybe you have a legal expenses, for example, divorce or something like that, you can actually do the financial hardship, right? Financial hardship is withdrawal. It's not a loan. That means you cannot put it back. Withdrawal is a withdrawal, right? So when you withdraw some money from using the financial hardship reason, then withdraw that money, is that income? It is income. So it will be subject to ordinary income tax for all the taxable portion. For the Roth portion, then contribution you pay tax already, but the earning. If you don't fulfill that, you still have the 2 conditions, you still have to pay tax. So then, if you are having financial difficulty, you have the financial hardship, then the amount that you take out will add on to your income for that year. And possibly, there may be 10% early withdrawal penalty as well. All right, so make sure that you study all the conditions before you do this. All right, so it will, again, because it's a withdrawal, you're going to pay it back, it will reduce your retirement savings permanently. Okay, subject to income tax, 10% early withdrawal penalty if you don't fulfill the 59.5 condition. And the worst thing is, if you take a financial hardship, you cannot put money into the TSP for 6 months. So, first employee, if you don't put your money in, do you get matching? You don't get matching for 6 months. You only get that 1% automatic. Then the worst thing on top of it is, after 6 months, if you do not remember to go back and activate your account to start the contribution, you're continuing losing all the free money. Until one day you remember, oh, I actually forgot to do that. I should have done it 3 months ago, but I forgot. So let me do it now. Can you claim back all those missing months? No, because it's not retroactive. So you are missing a lot of free money. All right? So now, if you're still active and you're 59.5, there is this one-time opportunity that you can do a in-service withdrawal. We call it the age-based in-service withdrawal. You have to be number one, 59.5, and you are still working in the system. Minimum is 1,000. Maximum is the entire vested account balance. So basically, if you are approaching that age, I think a lot of financial planner would be talking to you and ask you to transfer the money out, to buy something from them, right? So before you do that, when we get to the next section, then we will talk about a little bit more about what are the questions that you may want to ask before you do that, all right? So basically, for the in-service withdrawal, you can transfer that out to an eligible retirement plan, for example, IRA or Roth IRA. For the Roth IRA money, you cannot move in, but you can move the TSP money out to the Roth IRA, all right? And then it's a one-time deal. You either do it when you are still working at 59 and a half, or you can wait until after your retirement. We call that partial withdrawal. And you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but that is an option. One-time deal, right? So, how come I have a face like this here? Okay, all right, so, can I just change the slide myself? Yeah.
You can do it.
So, any questions about what we just talked about? Okay. I already know see. The microphone. No, 2 pages. Oh, yeah.
Okay. The one-time withdrawal, when you're 59 and a half and still in service, you can never withdraw again. Is that what you're saying? One time?
It's a one time. You have this first opportunity to take some money out from the TSP without penalty because you're 59 and a half already. All right? Okay. So some people want to do, some because they may have a different plan. Maybe some people want to take that out and pay off their mortgage or buy a new convertible, whatever. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that you have to take everything out, but it's just an option. You can do $1,000 minimum and up to your entire invested account balance. Okay?
So you can, and then the next withdrawal would be when you retire.
The full withdrawal option. I will get to that. Yeah. So basically, there is one-time opportunity to do a partial. It's either before your retirement or after your retirement, before you start your full withdrawal option.
So, like, what would you possibly need it for after retirement? Like, why do you, after retirement, you can automatically withdraw on a regular basis, right? So why would you need this one time? Later, why would
You don't have to take it if you don't need it. It's just the option available for people. That when you're 59 and a half, you're still working, you may want to continue to work for a few more years, but you want to tap into your TSP money.
But also, if you retire, but you don't want to draw till you're 70 and a half, then you might want to do that 1.5 after you retire. That's why you're saying you might want to save it? Is that
I cannot tell you whether you can do it or not. This is the option available. If you want it, you can do it.
But it's only one time.
One time. And if you do this, then you do not have that partial withdrawal opportunity after your retirement. Okay?
Excuse me.